sueño.
We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. On the visitor sideline, Patriot head coach Mike Vrabel. His team fell in their season opener a week ago, now hitting the road, looking for their first win. Then on the Dolphins side, you've got Mike McDaniel. These guys also fell in the opener a week ago, so we've got a couple of teams here desperately wanting to avoid an 0-2 start. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe 6 seasons as the Dolphins quarterback.
The biggest takeaway coming off last week's loss is he just needs to make a bigger impact overall. He certainly wasn't bad. I mean, no interceptions, protected the ball. But he needs to do more. He needs to kind of let it loose and take some more shots downfield and maybe throw into some tighter windows. For his team to win, this offense needs to be better, and at the front of that is the play of the quarterback.
Hill brought in motion. A run with the fullback, Ingo. Trying to use that big body to get the yardage, but he is stopped for no gain. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 47-yard line.
First carry here for Devontae Chen. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
He's across midfield from the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
A shotgun snap to 2. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep is Marcus Joe. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their 2nd-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
And he's coming off a game where he was pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest, and he had a couple nice throws mixed in, a couple decent drives here and there, but the inability to find the end zone, of course, he had the 1 interception, so a lot to clean up, a lot to improve. Not just him, but frankly, the entire offense.
Throw here down the field. It will fall incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's a run with the rookie from Ohio State. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. First down, New England.
And a Patriot first down.
Once more, it's Henderson. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down. At the 32.
Out of the gun, here's May. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's May. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
So he gets on the board, first catch of his career. I can promise you he's going to hang on to that ball. Now, it wasn't the flashiest of plays, but just try to get him comfortable and try to settle him into this game.
On the return, it's Hill. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Dolphins offense ready to get going with their second possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. You play a tight game and lose. How it changes the feeling coming into this week.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into two, one bad play to turn into two. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't feed into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good? And there certainly was a lot of it. But can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
3rd and 2. Jungle by Lowe. And that is incomplete.
And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught. Really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense ready for their second possession. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 9. They'll run in here with Antonio Gibson. And once again, he loses the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts the spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Still, man, it's only a couple. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua going to hold on to this. Upward-looking tackle there. Upended at the line of scrimmage. No gain. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, here's Tua. That is caught on the throw. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown Miami. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Extra point by Sanders is good. The Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Marcus Jones now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Tate's offense and running back Antonio Gibson heading out onto the field. Greg, they say flush a game after you lose, right? But when you built up all year for the opener, that is Zach Sealer. He gets in to drop him for his first sack of the young season. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Now May. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. Into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Tua, give it to Achane. And he'll work this down inside the 35. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and 6. In motion, Westbrook Akine. Once again, it's A-Chain. Able to make one-man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. It is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Forced out left. He'll try to run for it.
Yeah, he's trying to make the best of a bad situation here, Mike. Nothing open downfield. He thinks he can tuck it and get it with his legs. He ends up out of bounds, short of first.
And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this is going to remain a one-possession game. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And it is tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time. 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Henderson. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Patriots first down. So after 1, 7-0 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And that one just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman to get out to lead the way. On 2nd down, here's Henderson. Trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out. And the Dolphins come up with the turnover. Now after the play, he'll stop. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. On the give, it's Henderson. And the Patriots are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal. He'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
They'll run with Henderson. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain. 9 yards from the end zone for 2nd down and goal. On the ground, Gibson. And he'll be taken down. Let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. To throw is May. He pulls it in around the 5. To the goal line and in. Matt Holland. Touchdown, New England. Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Patriots will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king. of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. New quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And two new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organizations.
Oh, absolutely, and it was very clear exactly what New York and New England were looking for. They wanted culture setters, right? It wasn't about getting the fancy play caller. It wasn't about the X's and O's. They needed to establish an identity and a culture of excellence and of winning. So no question that there was a very clear mission, a clear path to landing on Vrabel and Aaron Glenn, and they think they have their guy for the long term.
So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Now it's Tua. He'll step up and run.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's Tunga Vailoa. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Touchdown Miami. His second touchdown of this first half. Yes, the point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will move out to a 14-7 lead. Haskins touchdown. Myers is back to boot this one away. To return, it's Antonio Gibson. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
First down, Patriots.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Handoff, and it's Henderson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
May gonna look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out of your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as this season gets going.
You know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback position. Cam Ward goes number 1, and then obviously with Shador and all the conversations around that as the draft unfolded. But I think a guy that's going to be fun to watch when you talk about fit, Mike, I think you look at Ashton Jeanty. He gets drafted by Vegas. He's now with the Raiders. Pete Carroll. He kind of has the feel of, is he his Marshawn Lynch? Is he the bell cow back under center, Geno Smith, play action, set up that run game, play good defense? This feels like the early path Pete Carroll took when he took over in Seattle and turned them into a Super Bowl champion. So I'm not saying Genty's Marshawn Lynch, but he certainly feels like that's the fit the Raiders were going for when they took him with their 1st-round pick.
Hey, let me ask you about Travis Hunter. Of course, a Heisman winner, Colorado. Great play, both sides of the ball as a receiver and a corner. You know, Greg, it's hard to come in this league and play well on one side of the ball. Is it realistic to think you may see him on both offense and defense?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, and I think to start, you have to say, okay, let's hang our hat on something. And I think when you look at the league, where is it harder to find impactful plays? I believe it's harder to find impactful defensive backs. I think it's a harder position. I think the league favors the offense with the rules and the play style. So if I'm Jacksonville, I'm making Travis Hunter a defensive back on day one, and then I'm going to package my offensive plays around his skill set to take advantage of him as a wide receiver. And then as time goes on, it will eventually unfold where he'll be able to have a role on both sides of the ball more consistently. So if I was in Jacksonville, that's what I would do. But I think it's going to be very interesting to see how fast and how big of a role on both sides they give Hunter early in his rookie year.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Miami after this. Here's 1st and 10. To throw now, May. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 21 yards.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. The locate is big target, Henry over the middle. And he's close to another 1st down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and inches. Open man, Demario Douglas. And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
1st down, Patriots.
Throw again is May. That complete to Henderson. And he is on the chalk, stepping out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 3 on the play. Here's May again. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. On 3rd and long, here's May. He finds Hollins on the ground. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 4th down, out comes Andres Portegales for the Patriots field goal. His kick is perfect. And the Pats are back within 4 at 14-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's 2. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a 1st down throw for Tua. And he let him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw is Tua. He'll get this out quickly to Hill. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. In motion, it's Waddle. Tua now on 3rd down. Pushed out to his right. Taking off. He'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble. Give them a new set of down.
That's good for a Miami Dolphins.
So, halftime straight ahead as we go up to Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. We enjoyed it so much last week, the EA folks said, hey, come back, let's do it again. So here we are, week 2. Let's get after it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. At Lambeau Field in Green Bay, the Packers at home to take on the Commanders. And this is the former USC Trojan, Marshawn Lloyd. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. Next up, we go to the Steel City. We'll check in on the Steelers as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. And it's the veteran Aaron Rodgers. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. And it's the NFL's all-time leading rusher as a quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He's a threat to tuck it and pick up the 1st down, which he does, and more. This one's gone to halftime, and it's the Ravens with the lead at the half. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we send you back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Jones now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. They'll run. It's Henderson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. From 31, here is 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun. It's May. That one complete to Hollins. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's May. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. Room to run past midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
1st down, New England.
Throwing is May. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. On the handoff, Henderson. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
That one down the field, but they cannot get out, and it's incomplete. We'll try again here, second and 10.
Second down and 10.
Give up the middle to Stevenson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. Third and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up.
Operating for the shotgun. It's May. Left side, he's got Henry. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
A 45-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The Dolphins offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7-0 outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. 77 yards. Touchdown, Miami. Sanders here for the extra point. He's got it. The Dolphins extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, here comes Gibson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Showing off the footwork, sliding down after a gain of 8. So, from the 37, here's second down and 2. Here's a give, running right. It's Stevenson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down. A carry now for Gibson. And he'll get this up to the 44. Michigan man Kenneth Grant, drafted 13th overall. There for the stop.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8. At the 44-yard line.
They'll work the middle this time with Stevenson. Some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Throwing on third down is May. One taken in by Douglas. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
First down, New England.
They'll go play action with May. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 5. The throw is May. The ball deflected at least a couple of times. To the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And it's going to bring up a third down. Quick throw, and it's going to wind up incomplete. That was the run-pass option. Choose pass. The defender able to close it down and bring up fourth down. They'll go. Here's May. Open man is Douglas. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? What a critical flag. Roughing the passer. It sets up first and goal. May to the air once more. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Hunter Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. That his first touchdown of the new year.
The Patriots.
May to throw again. And that is not going to work. It's incomplete. Trying to tie the game with a 2-point conversion, but unable to do so. On the return, Malik Washington. Yeah. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked the touchback, we got the ball for 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball for 35? Or even if I bail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think
that's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Carlton Davis. And the Patriots are going to get the football at their own 40. May now on 1st and 10. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect. And it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now is May. Pass completed to Douglas. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Let's try to run for this. It's Stevenson. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, New England.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does for a set of downs.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
And a Patriot first down.
Now May. Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
May to throw on 2nd down. Digs on the reception. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. They'll run here with Gibson. And he'll have it. He'll have it at the 16-yard line. First down picked up as the running game comes through.
First down.
And these are the tough yards you judge it back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive. And I think he's able to pick up that first down by about a yard or two.
To throw on first down is May. Forced out to his right. He'll tuck it and take off. And he will get into the end zone. Right, May. Touchdown, New England. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point now for Borregales. He gets it to go, and the Pats will up the lead to 5.
Patriots 26, Dolphins 21.
Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. Washington now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's good for a Miami.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Going to hold on to this. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the Patriots 47-yard line.
In motion, it's Waddle. A play fake. Now 2 to the throw. This one caught by Waller. Get about 6 before he's taken down. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
From the gun, here's Tua. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
On the return, here comes Gibson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
We'll go right back to Stevenson. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to generate points.
Gibson. And going to be taken down right at midfield. It'll be a pickup 10. Good for a Patriots first down.
And a Patriot first down.
They run straight ahead with Henderson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. He finds Hollins on the ground. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. And the throw left sideline caught. They rule incomplete. Couldn't keep the feet in. And it's second down. Working out of the gun. It's May. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout. Off the bootleg. Here's May. That complete to Henderson. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. On the give, it's Henderson. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Gibson. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Nice run there. Gets them down to the 6.
1st and goal, New England.
Out of the gun, here's May. Exiting the pocket right. This one caught at the 4.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. He pulls it in around the 5. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line. They'll try and throw. Here's May. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Tua, give it to Achane. And he is not going to get away. He might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
36-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The bootleg, here's Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
For a Miami Dolphin.
A run up the middle with Achane. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. Once again, it's A-Chan. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they could somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
Oh, the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. It's picked up by one of his teammates. Important moment here. 3rd down and 4. Now it's Tua. Now screen. Set up by A-Chan. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. So here comes Jason Sanders in a big spot. This to grab a late lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. They move out front and take the lead here in the 4th quarter. So after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense are ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. That one complete to Holly. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And look at his big target, Henry, over the middle.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's 1st down.
And the Patriot 1st down.
They'll stick to the ground. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now Miami going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here. About just 50 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Here we go. 1st and goal. They'll run with Henderson. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
Their ground game ends up failing at the exact moment, Mike, where they're needed the most. 1 yard to the goal line, that's prime opportunity. Finish the drive, take the lead, but instead, they go backwards.
From back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Once more, Henderson. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now the Patriots going to use their 1st timeout. So a big spot looming here for Andres Borregales. This to win the game. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. And he will not make it the distance. Look, fireworks on the final play of this one as the game is over. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. This one went all the way down to the wire. Late field goal with zeros on the clock seals the deal. As they come from behind, it may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.